So we've talked about variables and how variables are repositories for groups of data. That data can be numerical or categorical. But how do we reference and identify data within that grouping, within that variable? So we need to have some way of referring to it and categorizing it and referencing it. So first, we'll define the word datum. So a datum is a single value within a data set. And a datum usually takes on the lowercase variable that matches the uppercase variable of the data set. So for example, before we had maybe the weight of a beetle and we used capital W. So this would be weight of beetles. So we could use lowercase w to be the weight of one beetle. Now, a data set is a group of datums. And usually we denote a data set with an equal sign and curly brackets left and right. So a data set is a set or collection of datums. Another way of referring to a data set is also called data. So data sets are usually denoted with an uppercase letter, such as an uppercase X, uppercase W, and so on. So a data set is composed of individual datums. Individual datums are denoted with a lowercase letter, matching the uppercase letter. So if we used uppercase X to denote this data set, then we would use lowercase x to represent one of those datums inside that data set. Each datum can be labeled and referenced by their order, and we refer to that as the index in the data set. So for example, if I had maybe capital letter C to represent children in a family, then maybe in one family, we've got one child named Jason, another child named Kyle, and another child named Joan. And so Jason is the first, Kyle is the second, and Joan is the third. And perhaps we ordered these from oldest to youngest. So by ordering these from oldest to youngest, we can denote Jason as the first, Kyle as the second, and Joan as the third. Well, we've just indexed them as first, second, and third. So now if I said, who's the second child? You would go 1, 2, that's Kyle. So here, if we have a data set, then the first datum in the data set is the first, the second one is the second, third, fourth, and so on. And so if we wanted to represent this as variables, then we have lowercase x subscript 1. So this subscript is the index. Lowercase x subscript 2, lowercase x subscript 3, and so on. So for example, if we had a data set of the weights of our beetles, and we'd have maybe 30 of these if we took a sample of 30 beetles, but this is just the first 3, then we've got 0.452, 0.398, 0.463. And so lowercase w subscript 1, this subscript 1 means the first number. And so the first weight is 0.52. The second weight in this data set is 0.398. And the third weight in this data set is 0.463. So referencing a datum by its index in a sorted data set is critically important when we talk about percentiles and quartiles later.